Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Cutting Stems. This is just, I can't, you guys are so loud in my ears, so much louder than you were before.
Oh
Adjusting to
no.
this, adjusting to this system. But all four of us are here ready to go talk about the latest episode of The Bachelor. But first, how's everybody doing tonight?
great.
Doing all right, Fran. Thanks for asking.
Pretty
Hanging
good.
out. Honestly, I had a delicious dinner. I'm willing to talk about my dinner at any point if you guys are
What
interested.
did what did you eat? Oh, that's turn my brightness up.
Well, I don't know if you guys have had halloumi before. The
Mhm.
cheese that you can like fry it kind of, and so it's really good. It's really delicious. But I had it with this quinoa that was along with some red onion and zucchini and a little bit of this sauce. It was like a Mediterranean medley. It was unbelievable, and I'm so glad that I had it.
Kelly, that sounds
Sounds
delicious.
delightful.
I'm so
It was
happy
really
for
good.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, as far as The Bachelor goes, there were 3 dates this evening. We could go through each of them. To be honest, standard episode, nothing too crazy. It kind of flew by where I felt like I missed a part of a date. That's because it was cut. It was like, when did we get to this part?
Same. Is that what happened? I felt like I had missed half.
The second group date just started at like the cocktail party.
Right. Okay. I thought that
I
I
think-
was like dicking around. So I was like, oh, great.
No.
Here we go.
That's what I thought too. I was like, Jesus, was I on my phone for that long that I missed the whole date? No, I don't think they even did it. But the first date was all about bad bitch energy, and
Oh,
it was very cringe. A lot of it was very cringe.
do I not know
What did
who
you
hosted
think?
the day? That person? Should I know who that is?
Oh, no,
Oh,
Trent.
Because I
Trent,
don't.
can't hear you, Trent.
We can't hear you.
Oh, no.
We said this before that if Trent couldn't talk, that I would talk for him and he would make the movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
I don't
I'm
know.
Trent. I'm from Iowa and I
Hi,
like
I'm
corn.
Trent. I'm
and
from
I
Iowa.
like to golf on
I like
my
to golf
off days when I'm not doing Chicks in the Office and cutting
when
stems.
I'm not doing Chicks in the Office.
And I'm really stupid sometimes.
I'm stupid.
And my favorite
I'm
person
stupid.
out of this entire group is Rhea, but Kelly and Fran are pretty cool too.
Kelly
I
and
am
Fran are cool,
having
too.
a baby with Paris Hilton.
I'm having a
And
baby
Rhea
with
is
Paris.
going to be the godmother, which is very exciting.
Exciting.
And once again, I am golfing tomorrow.
I'm golfing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is how when it comes to the streaming, the ways we stream this. If it ain't broke, what was wrong with the first thing we used?
What is the problem with the other one?
Everybody else can hear Trent. We just can't hear him.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Really?
All right, so
Oh,
Trent, give everyone your thoughts on the bad bitch energy date, and we'll just ignore you.
We'll take a guess on what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll
I'm
ignore
going
you.
to try to read your lips. I'm going to try to.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't know who hosted it. I don't know who that person is. I probably should.
He doesn't know who that
I'm
person
old.
is.
I don't keep up with
He's
things.
old.
So, but yeah,
So,
the most uncomfortable part of that date was Zach. Zach was so uncomfortable and like couldn't really vibe with the
We
girls.
got him. We got him.
We can hear him.
Back?
You're back.
Yes.
You were. I picked up on so uncomfortable.
Same.
Zach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zach was so uncomfortable. I thought the girls were great. Like they kind of did what you're supposed to do at the date, like bad bitch energy. And Zach was just like, I'm Zach. I'm just uncomfortable Zach. So that was uncomfortable for everybody.
Zach seems like the most uncomfortable guy in. You know what though? I wrote down a note of this because I wanted to make sure I said both things because I feel like I'm starting to be unfair to Zach because everyone's like he's boring. So I'm trying so hard to like flip it around and like be positive about it because I feel like he's not as bad as we think, but sometimes he does bad things. And in this case, I was like, this guy is so fucking uncomfortable. Why are they putting him on a stage and making these girls like why are they giving him the usual run around where all these girls do this thing that make him uncomfortable, whatever? Because when he's one-on-one with them, he's extremely comfortable. He makes out with all of them. Like he has no problem.
I think he has made out with all of them.
Yes, like he's kind of smooth. He's like whatever. He's going for it. Like I don't know if it's when it was the first night when they came out of the limo or whatever. I just thought he was drunk, but I think he's just uncomfortable in a group setting with all the girls, and I feel like like it's funny to see, but it shouldn't be. Like I'm not going to judge him based on that because I think that these dates, like if I were him in this situation, I'd be awkward as fuck as well. Like I think I'd be really.
It's true because whenever he stands in front of them and has to do the toast, he talks about how uncomfortable he is. He's just like, I have to stand here and give a speech. So yeah, I mean, it's tough to be uncomfortable in front of large groups when you're the Bachelor and you have to date 30 women, but that's just kind of how he is.
Are they ever going to cast like a funny guy, or is that not allowed? Like, are they not allowed to show their personalities like that?
Who is like the funniest Bachelor? I can't really think who. Like, who do we like the most?
None.
It's always looks based. You have to be traditionally handsome, and that's the first thing. And then they kind of go from there. I honestly don't know who the funniest Bachelor is. I have no idea.
Well, see, this is the problem. You can have funny people, and then they don't seem funny. Like, I find Matt James to be very funny in real life.
So true.
But it was not that funny on the show. And I feel like that happens for a lot of people. But from knowing Matt, he is very funny. And I, enjoy his stuff. So, I don't know. I think it's always kind of hit or miss. But with this date, it did feel like they were trying to push everybody out of their comfort zone a little bit. The girls did a great job. Then they brought out Victoria F., and Tajwan and Courtney from Ben Flajnik's season, which I don't know good for her. She looks great, but holy shit, it's been a long time.
She hasn't aged a day. I don't know what crypt they pried her out of. I swear. I love her. She is the original fucking bitch. She steamrolled. She was not there to make friends, not there to talk to
anybody. Do you know who this even is?
Oh my God.
No.
You would have died.
Do you know who?
No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Trent, that's how far back.
When would it have been?
You know who?
Ben
Flajnik. Vineyard Ben, who owned a vineyard. He, you know who loves Courtney is Ryan Chief. Loves Courtney.
Okay.
He was always talking about her, huge fan. But so she is the original.
Rhea, you would have loved Courtney's season.
Yes,
he was the villain and won.
Yes. That's a succinct way to put it, Fran. Thank you.
Yes,
she's sexually.
We don't have to talk about Courtney that long. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, she was the villain. Everybody hated her. She caused a shit ton of drama, and then he picked her.
Yep.
And it was holy shit, what is going on?
And then she wrote a book that was I don't even care about this.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah. She's unbelievable. But yeah, she's I don't know how old she is. She's not old. I think she was young at the time, but she hasn't aged a day. And she also is too good for that. I can't believe she even came back. Did she say anything to the girls? I feel like she didn't even say a word. She just showed up there, was a cunt, and then that was it. That's all she ever did anyway. It was the best. The best.
Yeah, they didn't do too much really. The only big part of this situation was that Tajwan wanted to stay. And Zach said no. What did you guys think about that move? It felt extremely calculated by the show, in my opinion.
Shocked. I'm shocked that they didn't make Zach keep her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're giving Zach a lot more say, it seems, than they've given past Bachelors.
He's actually allowed to make good choices.
Yeah.
Which I don't appreciate, for being honest.
Yeah.
I think Tajwan,
if we don't have to suffer, then he should have to suffer.
Not even. I mean, Tajwan was electric. She sat in the middle of the room, showed back up, and was like, "I'm gonna just take control of this thing, and you're all bitches if you are you complaining about me being here?" And that was awesome. Again,
she was like, "I've done this before. I'll stay here all night."
You go back and forth on how you watch the show, oh my God, should she be allowed to join up? She wasn't in the original cast. The girls were acting like they went through some battle royale to be in the 30. It's you got picked. Tajwan can just join. That would be totally fine. And I think she would have been a lightning rod. She was stirring the pot. I thought it would have been great. I agree with Rhea. I think they should have made Zach keep her. That would have been awesome. She would have just stirred up a bunch of stuff. I don't know. If we're going to get a villain, she certainly would have been one. Maybe Brianna, she's kind of heading that way. But I thought they should have let her stay.
Yeah,
I agree.
The thing is, though, she started going after all the girls, not knowing any of them. Like, she was like, they're just not doing enough. And it was like, there's nothing worse than somebody coming in and like judging a whole group of girls when they're all like, you don't even know any of us, but at the same time would have been good TV.
Delusion, even better.
Although I gotta say, as far as the like bad bitch seminar went, like those girls brought nothing. Like they showed up with nothing. So I was on Tajwan's side there because they like showed up and they were silly and quirky and whatever. And again, back to the whole thing where like if Zach's uncomfortable, the girls can be uncomfortable too and they feel awkward and whatever. But like Jesus Christ, there wasn't, that whole thing didn't have a pulse. It was crazy.
But realistically, how much are you pulling out when they say, all right, everyone, do your best bad bitch energy when they come out? Like I feel like
wait. I wrote something down for this. I said I wrote this 8:33. People aren't desperate enough on TV anymore, is what I said. Because these bitches should have. You're on reality TV, baby. Like it's the time to bring out everything you have in your arsenal to stay on this fucking show, whether you're here for the right reasons or not. It's week 1. Bring it.
Like you gotta come out.
You
gotta come out and flash him.
You come out. Yes. You pull out a titty.
You just gotta walk out and flash your titties, and they'll put a box there, and he'll go, whoa, bazinga, and then you're in.
No, literally, Zach would have been so. Zach would have like.
He would have been so uncomfortable. He would have been like, "She's in."
Zach would not have been able to handle that.
Corinne did that. We're still talking about Corinne.
Exactly. She's a bad bitch. She should have been on that panel. Bad bitches pull their titties out, and that's it.
And maybe they're coochie too.
Well, that's how it would have worked.
Courtney Robertson would have. That's all I have.
Imagine they just came out and went full spread eagle on the stage. Like they just were like, woo!
What's the famous scene? I can't think of her name now.
Britney Spears?
Crosses her legs. No. What's that from?
Oh.
No. Is it like
it's the picture, upper skirt.
It's the movie. No. It's a famous movie scene.
Yeah.
What kind of movie?
Fucking Wolf of Wall Street?
No. Older.
No. It's an older.
People are screaming.
Name the actress.
Susan. No.
Sarandon?
Basic Instinct.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a famous. It doesn't matter. We can move past it. But
I'm sure you've seen many of those famous movies, Trent.
That's a famous one.
No, it definitely is. Okay, so Zach,
Sharon Stone.
Basic Instinct.
There you go.
All right.
So, Zach put an end to all that drama pretty quickly. Catherine got the group date rose. I think Catherine is my front runner right now. And then Christina Mandrell got the one-on-one date, which was, helicopter. They love to do this date now where they like make the whole family meet the girl, one of the girls right off the bat. So they did that. But really the big moment here was Christina telling Zach that she has a 5-year-old, which I applaud Zach's honesty. He was very real that he was not sure how he felt about that. And yes. I could have swore he was going to break up with her. And then he was like, this really made me think and look at her for the better. And I was like, whoa, okay, that went in a different direction. I would have thought he was going to send her home. I'm not going to lie.
If he had sent her home because she has a kid, is society okay with that?
I think so. I think it's better to be honest.
People would
not ready for something like that than to lead her on and then dump the single mother. I mean,
because I
think people would almost respect it.
Shit. But I think, like, if he's not up for it, I think, like, I would have been okay with it. But I don't know if the world is okay with that.
I don't know. If he was upfront about it, people would maybe have said, like, he didn't sign up for that when he found out. It's just like in the real world. If you go on a blind date with somebody and it's like, oh, you find out something that doesn't align with what you think, you're not going to go on a second date.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. Also, Fran had said a really great thing about how well he handled it. I think that him thinking through it and being so honest to Christina, being like, listen, I am like, I'm a little shaken by the fact that you're a mother, but like, I want to pursue this. I want to see if we clash on our own level, because it's not that it's a deal breaker for him, but it's just something that he hasn't thought about. He's nervous about it. Of course he's scared. Anybody would be. Like, I think that that's how anybody faced with this problem should react. Like, you don't have to write it off immediately. You can just be like, damn, I don't know. It might take some getting used to, but I'm not totally opposed. I think that that's like a mature way to look at it. I think ultimately though, he'll get rid of her. I think maybe we got a couple more weeks going on, because I think she's probably going to talk a lot about her kid. He's going to really have to think about it. Like, it's going to be all about that. So I think that that's her.
She's the big drama. She's going to be the big drama. She's the one crying on the stairs in the preview, and the one hyperventilating to him.
For sure.
Like with somebody like Zach who's like, I want to start a family, whatever. This might sound messed up, but in some cases, people might be like, I want my first kid to be like my own kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people say that all the time. Yeah, people say that all the time, which I think is fucking crazy, but people say that all the time. Like, they just, because everybody wants it to like, oh, that's my child. But I think that it's more mature when people can accept kids from other relationships. I think that's
right.
Nice.
If you really love that person, of course.
Right. It shouldn't matter. But
yeah, and he doesn't even know her. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I love her so much and I will like take her daughter in as my own. It's like, you're a stranger. We just met. So it's definitely a different situation, but he did give her a rose. It did go well. So that's basically all that went down with her. However, it does feel like there is going to be some drama with her. We'll get to that. Here's where things skipped. They must have had they must have filmed a full-blown group date that just did not make it to air. They cut right to the, like, cocktail hour, dinner hang situation where he really is just kissing everyone. He was having great conversations. Gabby was severely overthinking every interaction that she has with him. And she was like, I don't know if I should be funny or serious and then funny, and like, it's just totally overthinking it. I think Zach likes her, but she definitely was trying a little too hard. It's just, it seems like the show is getting to her a little bit. Like, when she didn't get the group date rose, she was so upset. But everybody, like, all these girls are doing a great job. They're killing it talking to Zach. Zach likes all of them. The only drama, who got the group date rose there? Jess is
a good one.
She's my number one. I think she's going to win.
Yeah. She's crushing it right now. Yeah. And she's so
like a little ballerina.
I know.
She is really
It's a funny description, but it's true.
It is.
Like,
it really is like that.
Just feel like she's gonna put on her ballet slippers and just like go up on her toes and just like in her little bun and just glide around the mansion. She's got all that body glitter on.
Yeah, she loves that. She's a dance girl. Like, that's how you know she's a dance girl. She's wearing all that glitter. Like, I love it. I'm jealous.
She loves that body glitter. Okay, so there was some drama, perhaps. Brianna's clearly struggling. I think she didn't like that. Not that she didn't like, but she's like stressed about the fact that America gave her a rose, but Zach hasn't given her a rose. She's like,
she hates
like
that
me.
Rose. She hated America's
rose.
Which I actually get. Like,
hated America's rose.
She hates it.
Because she's like, it's not Zach's rose, it's America.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. Yeah, or to think, like, to worry about.
Super fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess she was upset, and she told Zach, she felt uncomfortable the first night because of comments that were made to her. Now, I don't know if any more comments were made, but what we were shown was that she said that Christina Mandrell said to her, like, I hate you. Just kidding. And
the most innocent
and that was it
of all time.
So stupid.
It's like, I understand you don't know each other yet, but have some, like, it's just someone being like, oh, you lucky bitch. Like, they don't really they're not really calling you a bitch.
Yeah. You son of a gun.
Dude.
They're just jealous.
Just a mountain out of a molehill. And she sat down, Christina, and was like, I felt really uncomfortable. And even Christina was like, I gotta be honest, I don't remember saying anything that might have been mean or that made you uncomfortable. But if I did, I'm sorry. Nice. Very mature. I actually really like Christina. I hope she goes far. I know she's probably drama down the road, but I really like her. And she was saying to Brianna, like, I'm sorry if you felt that way. It's not what I meant. And then Brianna sat Zach down and kind of tried to bait him into asking her about the drama. She was like, there's some stuff going on, but if you don't want to know about it. And he was like, you want to tell me if it's a big enough deal, but if you've handled it, then you don't have to tell me. And she was like, oh, it's been handled, so I won't tell you. It was a nightmare. And there was no point to any of it.
Yeah. And she still told him. Like, she still basically told him.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, oh, okay, yeah, you don't want to hear it. Well, yeah, someone did say you, like, hate you, just kidding. Like she still just kind of reeked of,
like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable where I'm at right now, and I don't think I'm going to get a rose. But if I drum up some drama that makes it feel like I'm uncomfortable, maybe I'll get a rose. That's what it felt like, but I don't know.
Yeah. It felt like a last desperate act, which I don't even think that she needed. I think that they... Like her being bent out of shape about this America's Rose. I feel like everybody was like, wow, America's Rose. And he immediately was like, yes, my girl, Brianna. Like, I feel like there was never a time where he wasn't paying attention to her or was acting like he didn't like her at all. Like they seemed to click. I think that she was always getting a rose. I didn't think that she needed to go through all this to do that, you know?
I agree.
So maybe she'll calm down now. Like maybe she'll chill out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think... It didn't seem like it. They do the rose ceremony.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked her so much. Like, I liked her a lot. I was kind of, I had her up there with Jess as far as like, oh yeah, they're going far. And maybe she still is, but her anxiety.
She's got to get out of her own. Yeah. She's got to get out of her own head. I feel like she, because of America's Rose, I feel like she went in with months to think about like having a target on her back and went into the house, like, thinking she has a target on her back, but all the girls are like not actually being mean, and now she doesn't know what to do. Like, it's like, I thought everyone was like gonna be, and it's not turning out to be that way. But is it Zach during this cocktail party? I think he's kissed every single girl. I would love to know, but I really think he's every single girl.
At the end of the day, though, I guess that's how you're gonna figure out if you got chemistry with them.
Absolutely. And he's clearly doing it in a very respectful way that none of them are really that upset about it. It's not like they're like, some of the girls are starting to be like, oh, I don't want to hear about the other girls kissing him or like saying all this stuff. Cause it really does feel like right now they're in a little bit of a kumbaya situation that's, I'm sure, is going to get broken up at some point. Like, they cheers to like building friendships. And I was like, okay, sure.
No.
So it feels like they're trying to keep that mindset right now. But the drama is coming for sure. He sent home Kimberly, Victoria, and shoot, what was the girl's name from the first date who did the split? And she's the dancer from New York, starts with a C.
I do not know.
Cats.
Is it just Cat? Oh, okay.
Cat. I think I believe it's just Cat. Yeah, she was sent home too. We didn't really see much of Victoria. She's got like 1 million TikTok followers, but did not have a big showing on this program.
Yeah, that's weird. She's been posting a ton about how she was on though, so I thought that we'd for sure see her for a while, but I guess not.
No, I think she maybe got about 20 seconds of screen time. So she's out, and then the preview was really all around what seems like drama coming from Christina. It seemed like the rest of the girls are starting to feel like she's talking down to them a little bit, or maybe making them all feel some type of way. And it does look like Brianna might be the one to say something to Zach, which probably isn't going to go over well. And then there's a massive meltdown. So we'll see that all play out. Let's go to some questions from the YouTube, shall we?
Let's see what we got in the YouTube
Let's see
tonight.
what we got. Let's see what we got. What we got.
People are saying they can't think of questions.
How about thoughts? Do they have any thoughts?
All right. Is Zach still boring, or is he growing on us?
He's
I'm
growing on me.
trying. I'm trying very hard to let him grow on me. I'm
I
trying.
like
I'm trying
him.
to open
Is
my
the
eyes.
problem.
I know. I'm trying because
Like,
I feel.
I still like
weird.
him.
Seems like a nice
Yeah.
guy, but
Right.
No,
He seems
not for
I
nice.
still
best
like
of
him.
TV.
It's just, yeah.
he's
I
not
like
a
him. It's
he's
just
not a
like,
reality TV star.
Yes.
No.
it's
That's-
because he seems like, and it's all comes from a good place because it seems like he has too good of a head on his shoulders. He can critically think and process, which doesn't
Right.
make for good reality TV.
Oh, it's a real
Right,
bore,
which also-
but it's true.
No,
How
yeah,
dare
makes me
they
wonder,
cast a
like,
critical thinker?
It
Insane.
makes me wonder why he's on the show in the first place. I'm curious to know if there's some sort of red flag about Zach that we have yet to uncover. Because
Well, his
apart from the
sisters
fact
love
he's
his
quote-unquote
sisters love the
boring,
show. He told us.
So and even he when he said that, because I saw that clip. Whenever he said that, he was kind of like, "Oh, I don't really know much about The Bachelor." Like, so I'm kind of into the fact that he wasn't that into it. Just kind of went on it. His friends, his sister. That seems genuine, and he seems normal. That's why I'm kind of like, there's got to be something off because you're The Bachelor. You know what I mean? Like, there's always
I hope.
like, how old is he? Do we know how old he is?
I hope.
He's 26.
And nobody's dating him yet. Like, that's what I'm saying. Something is amiss.
No, I
And
think he had a serious relationship. He told us.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did he for a long time?
Yeah.
I think so.
Damn.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay, what else
know.
we got, Rhea?
Is Brianna showing a lot of red flags?
Yeah.
I think her telling, I don't know about red flags, but I don't think it was necessary for her to tell Zach what Christina said at all. Zach in his head was probably like, that was definitely a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It definitely was
Yeah.
a joke.
I agree.
Yeah, I think
and
she's just insecure a little bit.
yeah, I think she's dealing with some insecurities, which is, it's hard. And then, like I said, how many times can we say the term America's Rose?
Yeah.
It's the pressure. I think there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
She's got to
I
pass
hate
down
America's
the crown.
Rose. I hate the idea of it. I said that last week. But now with all this, we have to keep America's Rose going. It has to continue because of the crushing pressure it apparently puts on whoever gets it.
Yeah. And if they don't keep doing it on the show, I think that we should keep doing America's Rose, no matter what.
Absolutely.
The pressure comes from us.
We decide.
Yeah, we decide. Yeah.
Okay. One more, Rhea?
Whose luggage does Trent want to pull the most right now?
Ooh, good one.
That's a good question. I mean, probably Brianna after all that. The other girls, everyone else is kind of normal as far as I can tell. They haven't had any sort of drama. So Brianna, that whole last 10 minutes was crazy to me. I just didn't understand what was happening. So just kind of by default, Brianna, because nobody else is really doing anything too crazy.
Okay.
I agree.
I agree too. Let's cut some roses and give out some stems for this evening. Which one of you lovely, lovely people would like to go first?
You said
Rhea?
cut some roses and give some stems, which I
You
liked.
did.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
I liked it though.
Sorry, guys.
Eagles are in the Super
Rhea,
Bowl.
who would you like to give a rose to, and who would you like to stem cut?
I would like to give a rose to Victoria F.
Come on, Maria.
She looks damn good. I can't. She looks so good, and she barely even spoke.
She said nothing. She just looked great.
She said nothing. So I'm going to give my rose to her. And I am going to cut Brianna telling Zach about that joke.
Yeah.
Maybe not Brianna as a whole, but just the act
that
of telling
that decision.
The act of telling Zach about that joke.
Yeah. Okay, Trent, you want to go next?
I'm still giving my rose to Victoria F. I don't care. I was dead set on it, and I wanted to because for this, she's just got the juice, man. I mean, I'm a Victoria F. stan. These days, we've had a rocky relationship, Kelly and I in particular, with Victoria F. But every time I see her now, she's like it was only a couple of years ago, but it feels like a bygone era that was just, I don't know. There's something about her that when I see her, I feel a little bit starstruck even looking at my TV. So I'm going to give it to Victoria F. And then I'm going to cut the stem of actually Kat. And the reason why is because I think, I could be wrong, but early in the episode, I felt like she was overreacting to little parts, like regular information, to try to become a Justin-like meme. I just felt like she was trying to play it up. Maybe that's just who she is. We don't know much about her.
A lot of facial expressions.
Tons.
I agree.
And, we're not going to get to know her because she's
annoying,
Rose. But it felt like she was like, when they were telling her that it was a Tuesday. And I just felt like that was too much. So I'm going to cut Kat's stem.
Kelly?
That's a good one. I'm going to give my rose to Tajwan because she brought the most exciting moment of the night. She was a major bitch, and I loved it. And she put those girls in their place. They all came creeping around the corner like scared little mice and was like, "Hey, are you trying to steal our boyfriend?" And she was like, "Yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it?" And I was like, "You're the best." So I love her for that. When I literally was writing in the group chat 5 minutes before that happened, how like, what a snooze. No one cares about her being on the show. Like, I can't believe how quick I flipped on that. And then stem cut, God, everything was so like vanilla to me the whole night. Like I didn't even.
Everything was really. It was a.
Think that much.
That's a good way to describe it. Very vanilla episode.
Yeah, I just like nothing happened where I was like
the whole season.
I right. Like I hope that it's not. Oh, you know what I hated? I hated the fact that Zach had to introduce Christina to his whole family. I hate when they do that early on. It always feels like an unfair advantage. And I feel like it puts Zach's family in a weird position. Like even when it's first date, it's like, that's his mom's fucking birthday party. And like, I know personally my mom would love if I were to host a bachelor first date at her birthday party because it would like make it all about her. But I can't imagine everybody's mom thinks the same way. Like, I think that I don't know if that's a thing. And I just think that was weird. And it's always a little awkward. She's meeting the cousins. Like nobody's I don't know. It's
very reminiscent of when Maddie was there for Barb's vows.
So funny.
Exactly. And then also, Lauren, what's her face, did it with Ari with like some family event with them too. And that was weird to me.
They've pulled that rabbit out of their hat many times before the show with sending them into the family early. I'm going to give my rose to Courtney. I feel like if we're going to go with all three, with all the ladies that came out on the date, I'll finish it up. I was surprised to see her. I did. Of all the women that could have been in that trio, those are by far the most random grouping you could have ever put together. And I was happy to see that she still hasn't forgotten about her Bachelor roots. It's been a long time, but it's the same kind of thing. They could have wheeled her out on the wheelchair just like they did Sean Lowe. It's just, it's been so long, at least a decade.
At least. And that's what I'm saying. They must have had to like pry her out of her
When was Ben Flajnik the Bachelor?
Well, that's the thing, because I've been watching for 10 years and I don't know who that person is.
I was in college. I want to say like
2012. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2012.
Right. Unbelievable.
2012.
Trent. I wish that you saw that season so bad. You would love it.
I'm jealous.
So good.
Yeah, that was
so
a good
ridiculous.
one. And then I'm going to cut the stem of just cutting a full date from an episode.
How bad could it be?
What's the point? Like, was it that boring? Was it that uneventful?
Did they say what it was?
Was it a timing thing? No, they didn't say anything.
Listen, if we're cutting boring,
down.
If we're cutting boring stuff, that episode could have been 12 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we're condensing, let's skip till
just
there's like 10
highlights. Highlight reel. We didn't need to see all 5 girls awkwardly try to give him a lap dance. We only needed to see that once.
Right. That one went on longer. Yeah, I guess it was really uneventful, but I just would like some kind of explanation or heads up. I felt like I missed something. At least show me a glimpse of like previously on this date, and then a little montage, and here we go.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is true, but somebody wrote, and it's a girl, so I tend to believe the girls when they write in the chat. Ben Flajnik hooked up with Kris Jenner.
That is true. That is true. They like. I think they went on a date.
I didn't know this recently.
No, long time
was
ago. Something about I think they had like a wine. Like maybe Chris wanted to do like a wine.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Huh.
Shout out
Oh,
Renee
wait a
for
minute.
that one.
Was he on an episode of the Kardashians or something? Oh yeah, look at that. That's fucking hilarious. That's
Yes,
hilarious.
I'm pretty sure. This article is literally inside their date night, December 2013. But I think it was like a running joke. It was like
Yeah,
they
it was
were.
probably just
It was like
that. Yeah.
Kris Jenner and Blanchett. They've been having fun with the press because there was I think they made like the cover of Us Weekly or something that it said they were hooking up,
Yeah.
and then they kind of like joked about it. I think they had some kind of like mutual business wine. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that's a very funny connection.
On paper, Ben F was perfect. Like he owned a vineyard. He like was educated, like just a good guy, everything. And he stepped in and everybody was like, wow, we're so excited to see who he picks. And within 30 seconds, he picks like the walking sex on a stick and doesn't give anybody else the time of day. And we were like, he's just like everybody else. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And she was the winner from the beginning. Like he didn't even look at anybody else. It was incredible.
It wasn't even close. And she knew it too.
And she didn't
she dominated those women. Yeah.
She was like rude the whole time. Oh, it was
exactly. Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up for tonight's episode. We're gonna see what goes down with Christina as far as drama goes. I think the girls are gonna try and expose her to Zach, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that wraps it up, and we will be back next week.